but they don't really understand that there's animals there. And, now they're going to be waking up to some bird going, boo boo boo, boo boo boo, boo boo. And you can't call the cops, can you? Because what are they going to do? Like, just, and we all wonder why country folk have guns. And I've worked it out that it's to get some peace and quiet, isn't it? Just they're standing around like, you've moved in. What's that for? That's for the peace and that's for the peace and fucking quiet, mate. I've been with Clive. I don't know if you may know him. He's quite posh, Clive, and he's a very calm man. I learned a lot off him being there. He has that posh English accent, which I realise kind of renders yourself to being calm, because it's not the greatest accent to freak out with, is it? See, when you're Australian, you can go, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking freaking out, I'm fucking freaking, and they just go, no, Stephen, you're beside yourself. No, but this place is a shithole. No, it's ghastly. And you're beside yourself. You understand? No, but everything's fucked. No, Steve. You're flummoxed. No, but there's people that are they're a pack of cunts. No, Steve. They're unfortunately disproportionate to what is legitimate behaviour. As I said, people in the countryside have weapons. This is in case the fucking sheep and pigs turn up, I guess. Anyway, I'm relaxed. So, staying with Carl has been quite a difference from where I was staying before I went down there, as I was staying in North Wales. Now, I'm from Australia originally, with an English father, Australian mother. Some Scottish bloke said that makes me Welsh. And I never meant to go to North Wales, but I grew up in New South Wales, and somehow I ended up in old North Wales. And but because of social media these days, someone had contacted me and he goes, I like your comedy. I live in the woods. You want to come and stay? And I foolishly said, yes. I'd never met anyone who'd taken so much acid. Back in my day, I did a few things like that, but this fellow, he's taken so much fucking acid. If a Colombian shaman met him, he'd go, you got back from there? How the fuck did you get back from there? So he's telling me his stories, I'm out there. He's English, but he's up there, and he used to do the DJ at the underground parties, and he's going, you knew this gypsy woman? And he's going, I'm out there in the woods, Steve, DJ, and she comes up, she's got two bottles of liquid acid. She goes, that's the strong one, that's the weak one. How much do you want? He goes, well, I'm working. I'll have the weak one. Yeah, how much? 12 drops. So he takes 12 drops of the weak one until she goes, oh, sorry, that's the weak one. So now he's on 36 tabs of acid, apparently. So he spent the next 4 days in the woods nude. He's like a psychonaut, acid head, Terence McKenna techno party fucking psycho Christ with his dick out, right? But he's telling me it was amazing, mate. I went inside myself, I went to my own personal hell and traversed it. And fucking, he got back. He fucking got back. His teeth didn't, but he fucking wrote. He's telling me, I fucking got back. Fucking metal, man. So now a few issues about staying with a fella like this. One, I hate techno. And he just still listens to it. Just on a Tuesday. I thought techno in its drug-induced, inverted repetition of fucking neurosis was something you'd have to be in a field for, but this fucker just puts it on a Tuesday. But as I said, see, he has these dogs and they're in the house, Staffordshire Terriers, and see, most people go, the dog sleeps in the laundry, it's got a basket, it can't go on the couch. See, these things are just fucking in there, right? Nervous systems wrapped in meat, just fucking running around like wild, and dogs will live in a tip, won't they? Which is handy because he's fucking got one, right? Now people are saying to me, Steve, why don't you like dogs? I didn't say I hate dogs, I just said you don't want to live with the fuckers, right? No. I don't hate them, it's not like people come up to me and go, hi Steve, this is Mitzi. Oh, fuck you, Mitzi. Right. It's just he's in there with these fucking things. No, it's all right, Steve. They're country folk, so these mutts go everywhere with him, right? Every fucking where, to the shop, to weddings. Right? They're just there everywhere. Come on, boys. Right? And they kept telling me, come on, Steve, they're dogs. It's man's best friend. No, it's your best friend, perhaps. See, my best friends can read. Have conversations. Make lasagna. Don't shit in the neighbour's yard. Remember that? And when things were convenient, well, we already did recycling because, you got your milk in a bottle and the shopping came in a paper bag and you had the butcher and he wrapped it in paper and all of a sudden everything's in fucking plastic and they blame us. But they never go to Tesco and go, why don't you take that banana out of the fucking plastic? Because it's already got a packet on it. And then they blame us for all this bullshit. Right? And there's machines everywhere. People have to join Tinder and that. My friends joined it. You see them all just swiping. What are you doing? Oh, we're looking for people. They're out there, they're not anymore. Oh, in there. They're not even three-dimensional anymore. Like when those people got trapped in that mirror in the first Superman film. And it's supposed to be convenient for us all, isn't it? Just the tech. You go to the train station here, you used to have a guy with a biro, didn't you? You got a ticket, you go home, fucking walk on. And now everyone's there with their phones, just... See how this has improved? Because the bloke with the biro never didn't not work. As his biro ran off or he got abducted by aliens, he's just there. And we've gone, well, this is here. Oh, that's better. And then you go to Asda, and I was there one day with my friend, and there's the automated checkouts. Now I could hear it. Some woman's on there, and I hear it go, I'm sorry, I didn't register that last item. And I thought to myself, how are you sorry? to be sorry, you have to have some kind of self-reflection or regret about what you've done, and then you go and apologise to the person for what you've done, but you're a fucking machine. Yeah. And then he went, I didn't register that. Like, I? You're not a fucking I. You're a New World Order robot. And you think you're sorry. But how could you be sorry? I mean, if you ran over someone in a car, who's going to go to therapy? You or the car? You ever seen a chainsaw on a therapist's couch? They're just going, I can't believe I chopped Jerry's leg off. We've been working together for fucking years. Now I've zipped. It says it's sorry, this machine. See, if it was actually sorry, it'd be apologising for stealing Janet's job. See, it just doesn't work. They've replaced speeding signs that were steel that lasted as long as the pyramids with a digital thing that if a pigeon shits in it, goes bzzz. This used to work. Now we have green hotels with paper cups. We used to have cups and teaspoons. Now there's a wooden stick with a paper cup in the green hotel. It's so fucking weird. I remember the first Alien film. You want to, how old school's better? Sigourney Weaver finds out that who's been up to mischief? Well, the fucking robot. He's the one. The android. Gonna kill them all. Bring the alien back. And she goes to tell the other two, and he keeps shutting the doors on her. She can't get out. Well, if she had a fucking key... fucking see you later, Hash. You don't work at Asda. So there's my friends looking for people. I looked at the profiles of some of these ladies, noticed a bit of a pattern. I just want to meet a guy with a sense of humour. Just want to meet a guy who can make me laugh. So I've been doing stand-up comedy for 25 years. I can tell you people, that's a crock of fucking shit. Yeah. You never hear men ask that, do you? I just want to meet a girl that can make me laugh. I just want to meet a woman with a sense of humour. You know why men never say that? Because we've got mates. And they make us laugh. Because you don't. Well, it's in the stats. You're asking us to fucking make you laugh. Why are you asking us to make you laugh? Well, don't you think women are as funny as men, Steve? No. The stats prove it. Well, why do you think men are funnier? Because they need strategies to get laid. Women don't need strategies to get laid. The only strategy women need to get laid is turn up. I'm here. Who wants to sleep with me? Well, fucking most of us. And how do I get that? So we'll just ask. And it's not sort of, oh, you're against women. No, it's just nature, because they're going away from nature, because we've proved they don't want nature. And all that is the masculine and feminine principle displaying itself in nature so it can procreate and life can go on. Nature shows it to us. Look at peacocks. Look at the female ones. Brown. Ratty, just wandering around. Yeah. And then the blokes are up. Got me strategy. And women go, no, fuck you. Not interested. Yeah, you fucking prick, can you make me laugh? And some friend of mine said, "Oh, don't worry, Steve, in the future they'll make sex bots." What? Oh, you know, it's like a sex robot. Well, you'd be fucking a toaster with tits, mate. I don't know. No, Steve, you should see them. They're just like real women. Why? Because sometimes the internal wiring fucking fizz out and they go mental and want to kill you. Or is it because they're made of artificial intelligence? Which is a funny reaction to a joke, because for decades now we've just said men are shit, men are toxic, men are useless, men are crap. Toxic masculinity, what have they ever done for us? Do one joke about chicks being dumb? Ooh. Can't say that, Steve. Women are perfect. They never do anything wrong. They're like Jews. You don't get away with that joke everywhere. Especially in Israel. Or New York. Not that I've done either. But yeah, you know, because it's the age we live in, of accusation, especially against men. You have to get rid of men, because who would stand up to defend themselves and defend their women and children and country against an invader? Well, men. Not feminists. Because it's not your job to do that. It's your job to go, just make me laugh. But we obviously you're quite aware people here, we live in that age of the see what PC and the cancel culture. Everything's got a corporate slogan on it. So cancel culture used to be called fascism. Now it's just got a little shiny thing. Cancel culture. I'm here to ruin your life. Gonna accuse you of something that, I don't know if you've done, but if I got upset because I'm an emotionalised landmine, psychological foot soldier for the enemy. Which is what happened. It's like they snuck those soldiers in that Trojan horse and rested out the front of that castle and knocked on the door and ran off. And they went, "Oh, a Prezi." They've done that to other Western countries and moving into the other countries psychologically to our younger people and middle-aged people if they watch the news. And now they're sort of brainwashed without firing a bullet. Your own citizens have become psychological, emotionalised enemies inside the gate, ready to fucking shut you down. With an accusation. That's the weapon of choice, isn't it? Nazi is the worst one you can be called. Nazi and anti-Semite, strangely, sit there next to each other. That's the top of the accusational arsenal pyramid, isn't it? Then you get fascist, racist, sexist, ableist. What's another one? No, we've got ableist, sexist. No, then you get homophobe, transphobe, xenophobe, something other phobe, bigot, body shamer, Christian conspiracy theorist and vegan killer. Right? That seems to be the accusational arsenal. Nazi, and that sits up the top, is the capstone. There's only one worse than Nazi or anti-Semite, and that's to be accused of being a white heterosexual male. That's the word, because that encompasses all the other ones. And so now, these people get to throw accusations around to people they've never met, which could quite be detrimental to their own karma if they realise that they've projected something onto someone and ruined someone's life, and then they have to pay for it karmically, which is a great way to get people to do things for your enemies without them knowing what they're actually doing to themselves. I don't know if that's real, but it could be an intriguing idea. And someone called me a racist once. Yeah, what? But I used to tour with, I lived in London. You don't be a racist in London, you'd be exhausted by 6 in the morning. Sitting on the tube, just freaking out, this is fucking driving me nuts. But I used to tour with Reg Hunter, he's a big black guy, we use black and white, you could be racist against anyone, but you know Reg Hunter? Yeah. I know Reg 20 years. Toured with him. I've got black mates, I live with black guys. They go, oh, you're a racist. I go, well, I've got black mates. Yeah, and then they say things like, that's hardly an excuse, that doesn't mean anything. Well, I think you'll find in light of the accusation, it means quite a lot. Because if I didn't like them, I wouldn't hang out with them, because I'd be a cunt like you. You know what Reggie says to me every time he sees me? He goes, yo, Steve-O, not pretty nigga. That's what he calls me. People go, you can't say that, Steve. I didn't, Reg did. You know how offended my black mates would be if they found out that their one cracker mate was being called a racist? Quite offended. And I was with Reg 2 years on the road. Brought a couple of his black mates over from America, were in the car. They liked the hip hop. They're playing hip hop. I'm not into hip hop. But I started to like a couple of the songs. But it's very hard for a white man to sing hip hop lyrics. It can be quite controversial. I don't know how they get away with it. Probably in the car with the windows wound up. Let's sing along now. We're backstage one night having a few drinks. One of the songs come on, I kind of got into it. They were all getting into it, so I thought, I'll join in. Started singing the words with them. All of a sudden they all stopped. Well, what are you doing, Steve? I said, I thought I'd sing along. No. You can't say that word. That's our word. And I went, really? I think you'll find we made it up. You fuckers been stealing our words. What's next? I haven't done a show for a while because I got a bit cancelled myself. But... that's right, I could go into that bit. How long am I doing anyway? Because I've got tons of material. I could go for yeah. Well, let's talk about... hang on, let's have a look. I've got my eyebrow fucking shavers here. I look like a French film director. It was an amazing time. I used to make films in the 60s. It was brilliant. I took so many, we called it speed, I would stay up for months until Reg, I knew it was that bitch. Shall I go into that bit? Oh, I guess, because a lot of people talk about the Matrix, don't they? Sort of. But I think I'm starting to understand, instead of projecting outwards, that the Matrix is actually internal, isn't it? I think, because sometimes people have said to me, do you expect me to believe that, what you say, Steve? And I said, no, I expect you to find out what you believe. Do you think I'm brainwashed? Yeah. I mean, why did you get away with it? We all got fucking brainwashed. Went to school, listened to teachers, doctors, priests, scientists, and the next minute you believe stuff and just went, yeah, I guess that's reality. And perhaps that's the bit we've got to break down. Personally, I think one thing to break down was, I know there's probably a university student here debating on this, was being descended from apes. And like a mouse, Dave, it's just a very sort of a relative of the ape. I'm thinking, well, you might be. I'm not. I don't think so. I think I'm a physical manifestation of a living continuum. Somehow I have to come back and do some kind of karmic journey to eventually reunite with the true reality of being universal consciousness. I've just never fathomed that some people some apes decided to evolve apparently into us. How come there's still apes? Some apes get to that event horizon of evolution and go, what goes on over there? Well, you've got to go to school, and then you've got to get a job for fucking 45 years on low minimum wage, and then you've got to pay tax and we can fund illegal terrorist activities. And they went, well, fuck that. I think I'll just go back over here. How come that banana's in a plastic fucking thing? I never could understand this little Brian Cox people run around going, where did the universe come from? Oh, Big Bang! Well, how did that happen? Well, there was nothing. Well, who knew that? And what's nothing? Well, nothing. And then all of a sudden, just BANG! And a fucking planet rolled in. Even though all other explosions apparently destroyed things, this one just went bang and then planet rolled out. And there was apes going, do I have to get a job? I don't know who it is. The best description I ever heard of this being a rather stupid theory was a bloke said that's like a hurricane going through a junkyard, and then when it had finished there was a 747 there. That was lucky. How'd that happen? Bang! Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe we're not supposed to know. I'm getting more into God these days. And yeah, I think we all are. I'm starting to understand you're not supposed to try and find out everything. Sometimes you think you gather so much knowledge that you don't know what to fucking do. You should have just stuck to, I'll just do that. Instead of going, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. I don't know what to fucking do now. There's another bit to that. There's a Big Bang, and then there's buy land. That's always been an interesting one for me. That's a great way to understand that someone's taken over the planet, isn't it? You've got to buy land. I always think of who? What? Apes don't have to buy it. What do I have to do? Didn't we come from apes? How come I have to fucking buy land? I think I'd like to buy some land. Oh, that's 250,000 quid. Well, where'd you get it from? Don't worry about it. We just got it. But you're into recycling, aren't you? Yeah, well surely my physical body will only be here for a while, so I could come. Can't I just stay on some land, and then when I fucking go, someone else can have the land? So it's bullshit. So I always knew. I grew up in Australia. I knew Aboriginals didn't think like this. They used to go, well, how are you going to buy land? Because they know one day you're going somewhere and the fucking land isn't. So it's like an illusion, isn't it, in our head? And I often tell people, if you want to understand, if there's some kind of collective deal going on the planet, it's very simple. A lot of people don't. Sometimes people say to me, which I think is, I don't take it on board, they go, oh, Steve, you're a bit of a genius. No, I'm not a fucking genius. This is common sense. Comedians aren't geniuses. The day one of them just cures someone of fucking a disease by going, maybe I'll go, yeah, he's a fucking genius. Right? I just wrote a joke about peacocks. I'm not a genius. Einstein was a genius. E equals MC squared. But I heard he was also dyslexic, so maybe he was just trying to order a couple of Egg McMuffins. What do you want for breakfast? I just this. So yeah, it's easy. You just go, well, there's no smoking anywhere. See, even she's upset. So when that first came in, Ireland got it first, and then it just... And well, how come every country decided to do it? You think just Ireland came up with the idea organically, and then England rang and went, I can't believe it. We had the same idea. And Australia rang and went, fuck no, mate, we were just thinking about that yesterday. And America rang and went, my God, we were thinking about the same thing. And the French rang and went, well, fuck you, we'll do the one with it. I can't believe we're fucking doing it. And so obviously they've all united some kind of idea, but for our safety. To not sell us this, so you can't smoke anyway. And what did they all do? Because I've been all around the world, and then they got the cigarette packets for our safety, and they put pictures of dead bodies on it. You should just have a guy on a horse. Or a camel. And there they go, look, we've got to put some rotting feet. And here's a dead guy. And this is a fucking tumour. And we wrote kill and cancer, and we know that birds have vibrational frequency and pictures, and we know the subconscious interprets things through symbols and not words, so here's a bunch of death. What's that for? Your safety. And people go, I don't even notice it, Steve. I go, that's the fucking point. Because now you will go to your dinner parties and people are just sitting there with these things on the table, and if I walked into the dinner party with a medical textbook and went, well, what's that? Oh, it's just a rotting kidney. Do you mind if I put that between the couscous and the potato salad? I'm going to go and get out of my fucking dinner party. This guy's a psychopath. They'd all be sitting there going, that guy's fucking mental. I'll go to this because we have to discuss feminism. We have to. It seems to be. I don't watch any telly. I'm assuming it's still out there. A lot of people get upset and just go, oh, I just tell you, see, you know what annoys me about feminism? It's the women. If it wasn't for them, I'd join. Freaking out and about men, and they don't even realise you wouldn't even have feminism if it wasn't for men. Who do you think invented it? Men. And people, billions of them are out there watching these TV shows, news, just going, well, what have men ever done for anybody? What have fucking men ever done? What have men ever done? And what have men ever done for us? Well, I'll tell you what men did for you. They built the world. And you ladies just moved in. Men built it, and then you moved in when who fucking left this ladder here? What's this going on here? Who put that crane over there? What the fuck's that thing doing there? How come there's nails all over the floor? What the fuck's going on in here? The men did it. So I just think, we can't call them toxic, you give them respect. And by the way, I'm not asking for your respect, because, you know, I'm an artist, I've done fuck all. When I get married, I'm going to have to marry a couple, so there's some bloke around the house to help out. My wife can get Steve, the washing machine's broken, I'll be like, see, Keith, I've written a poem. I'll read it to you, I'll take you to Burger King for a shit. Come on. It's the age we live in. Equality, everything's equal, Steve. And you know, everything's, because that's why I reckon in the lockdown bullshit they call it flatten the curve, because that goes in your subconscious, because they need to flatten everything into a monological fucking nothing. Right? That's why they have, you know, like trophies at school, you know, just for competing. Because it's not to bring people up, it's to bring individual exceptionalism down, everyone to a flat nothing. And so I can't really get into equality because I find it very difficult to feign being equal to people I'm clearly fucking superior to. And I'm not talking about superior in the sense of the manifestation that we're all here in one thing, but I'm talking about, you know, who can sit wherever they want on the bus. Well, anyone can sit there. We worked it out in the 60s. This is not the same fucking thing. You know, I'm not better than anybody else, but in life, not everybody's good at everything, but that's the age where everybody's good at everything. Everyone can just do anything. And if someone tells you that you can't, we'll just say they're a racist or a sexist, and we'll just tell that you can, even though you can't, and we'll just pretend that you can because everyone's equal. And that's why you just get a trophy at school, just for participating. But when I grew up, it was very easy, you know. We've got 13 kids for the soccer team, we need 12, which one's the worst? Hughes, well fuck him off then. But what about his feelings? Fuck his feelings. We're trying to score goals here, not fucking go to art therapy. What if he starts crying? Well, he'll probably become a stand-up comedian. Not everything's equal. If everything's equal, how come I don't get to sleep with as many women as Brad Pitt? Because in nature there's not that kind of equality, you know. And as it stands, I don't even get to sleep with as many women as my mate Jason. And he's gay. See, I understand political equality, I'm not a fucking dickhead, right? But you know, in nature there's no equality. Nature doesn't give a fuck. The three-legged wolf doesn't get to run the pack. Can I have a go? No. Why not? Because we'll fucking die. This life wants to perpetuate itself with the strongest fucking thing and go forward. You know, yeah, everybody gets to have a go. I'm in charge today. Oh, fuck. You know, if there's I can't be a male stripper. It seems like a fun job. Good hours, good cash, plenty of perks, but I can't do it. Why? So I'm a skinny, weird-looking fucker. And I've got a feeling if you girls hired me, rocked up to your party, took all my clothes off, you'll be going, I don't know if this is money well spent. You suddenly realised you weren't as visually stimulated as you'd hoped for. Or as the feminists would call it, visually stimulated from objectifying them. That's what you'd be doing, wouldn't you? Because I've noticed the Magic Mike strip shows for women, there seems to be a bit of a pattern there too, doesn't there? Big thighs, slim hips, small black pants, big six-pack, Big pecs, nice looking arms, chiseled jaw, low brow, smoky eyes. Bit of a pattern going on there. I haven't seen me on the poster. If I'm fucking skinny, I'm like a wind chime with internal organs. If you ladies were at the strip show and suddenly they went, alright ladies, put your hands together, that was Jason. Yay! Next up, wind chime. Girlfriends would be there after the show who didn't go and say, what was the show like? Would be going home. We saw this bloke called Wind Chime. Is he sexy? Oh, he had a nice heart. Oh, did you get to meet him? No, we could see it. I don't think he'll be going back there again. And so, of course, we have to go into everything of culture to destroy it, don't we? That's why we have to go for let's have a female James Bond. Let's have that. Why don't you just have a chick who's a spy or something? No, we've got to destroy this. It's the patriarchy, we destroy it. But well, why can't a woman be James Bond, Steve? Well, James gives it away. And I saw this news program, it was on the YouTube, it was an Australian show called The Project, and you're all bitching about it and how, why can't we do this? And you always see the comment sections. Who cares, man? I mean, who cares? Who cares if James Bond's male, female, black, white, gay, straight, fat, thin? I mean, who cares? I care. Well, why? Because James Bond is not a fat black lesbian. Can't convince me. Yeah, but Steve, it's not a real person, man. It's just a character. Okay, well, let's look at it like that, shall we? Back to the Alien film. The alien in the Alien films, that's an imaginary character. Should we just change that? I mean, who cares? Doesn't matter what anything is, everything's everything. So we'll have the film and they can be in the spaceship, can't they? All in hypersleep like this, and then the thing can go off and they all get up. And the protocol is, must go to planet through distress call, fly down to planet, get John Hurt, push him out, wander around the scary planet. What the fuck's that big spaceship? What's going on over there? Is that a field of pods? Let's have a gander. Zip. What's going on? Shit, back to the ship, try and pull it off, keeps tight around his neck, acid spurting out, what the fuck are we going to do? A harrowing evening, wake up in the morning, it's gone. John's up, that way. That was a bit full on. So anyway, it's back to the space kitchen for a few space noodles before they get back to sleep, and sitting around, having some dinner. I mean, obviously not a realistic film, because, you know, they're smoking indoors in the future, right? But they're there, they're having some noodles, and all of a sudden John's in a good mood, and suddenly, I don't feel too, fuck, has that got gluten in it? What the fuck's going on? And then, bang, Kermit the Frog comes out. And goes off into the ship. And they go, well, what the fuck are we going to do about that, Sigourney Weaver? And she'll go, well, nothing. It's a Muppet. Made a film. I mean, who cares? Doesn't matter. Everything's just the same. Anyway, before we go back into hyperspace, I'm going to go and watch the new Beyonce biopic. Excellent. Who's playing Beyonce? Liam Neeson. Come on. I mean, who cares? I will find you, and I will kill you. And I'll put a fucking ring on it. Then you had that female Doctor Who. And then the ad came out, when it first came out, the trailer, the big thing, it just came across the screen. It's about time. Which it is. About time. Clever marketing, but you know it doesn't mean that, does it? It's about time. It's about time that Doctor Who's a woman, isn't it? Hey? How come Doctor Who hasn't been a fucking woman before? And Doctor Who used to have an assistant, didn't he? But not this one, she's got 3, but they're not called her assistants, they're called her best friends. And how are these 3 represented? Well, let's have a look what's going on here. A young, strapping, good-looking black man. A young, attractive Middle Eastern woman. And an old white guy. To represent the fading out of the masculine host nations of the European Union into the foreground. And people go, is that what you think when you see that stuff? And I go, yeah. Well, how come? Because I'm fucking smarter than you. And I'm not even that smart. So, of course, next we'll have to have the gay Doctor Who, won't we? Doctor Who! Then we'll have to have the transgender Doctor Who. Or just Doctor Who. And then we'll have to have the disabled Doctor Who, and he could fly around in the retardus. So let's look at this insanity that we're dealing with. This transgender stuff, that's an interesting thing that brought upon us, isn't it? Well, let's just have a look at it, shall we? Let's look at feminism in the sense of, what's one of its main tenets? Well, there's no biological diversity, everything's a social construct. The patriarchy created a social construct and brainwashed women away with pink colours and dresses, and now they have to wash up. Right? So it's a social construct. There's no biological, natural rhythm to feminine and masculine to do definitive roles within nature or society itself. It's just a social construct brought about by the patriarchy to oppress chicks. So there's no difference in the biology, it's just everything's equal. Unless, of course, now you want to change sexes, then you want hormone replacement therapy to change the biology of the thing you said didn't exist when you wanted a social construct. So over here's a social construct and over here's a biological determinism. And then they go, well, why don't you agree with me, Steve? I go, because you don't fucking agree with yourself. And so we sit here in this science-obsessed age and yet somehow the things our scientists worked out going, well, there's different hormonal systems going on within the body. Right, so men have testosterone and women have oxytocin and estrogen. These create sort of, the psychology and different motivations towards roles in life. But nature's not black and white. It's not a stat sheet, is it? So some men get more testosterone, some get less. You can tell the difference. We all knew this at school, didn't we, lads? You went away for 6 weeks school holidays one year. You came back. One of your mates had just got a fucking beard down here and he's cocking out in his shorts. And what the fuck happened to him? We're just riding our bikes for 6 weeks and this fucker looks like he's been plundering Scotland. Because nothing's black and white, is it? So, ours was Robert Hogan. He taught me if I could play rugby league. Ken Windchime joined the team. So I thought I'll give it a go. Try and tackle Robert Hogan. Got to get your shoulder into the front of the thigh. Drive him fucking back. That was the plan. I tied me 2 pubes together for aerodynamic speed. as Robert Hogan came down the field. And then Robert Hogan hit me so fucking hard that he knocked me all the way into home economics. I was just in there with other skinny kids going, I want to make a cake. You try to tackle Robert, I tried to tackle Robert Hogan. But now we're in here, it's pretty cool, there's lots of chicks in here. Not for long. How come? Because they're all going to try and fuck Robert Hogan. Why, does he have a good sense of humour? Not really, but I did hear him laugh when I tried to tackle him. I think we're going to come to the end, so thank you. Where's the last bit? Yeah, that's it. It's quite evil, this hormone rubbish, replacement therapy. It makes no sense. As we said, nature doesn't do a stat sheet and everything's in black and white and all men get the same amount of testosterone and all women get the same amount of this. You know, things different. Right? So nature's not fucking, no straight lines in nature, is there? Right? And it somehow, obviously, I go, well, you know, if you've got low testosterone, maybe you're a chick. So we give you hormone replacement therapy. Well, why don't you give the kid more testosterone? Instead of trying to just rearrange the fucking... Because that would be like if you had a Jeep and it took diesel, but you kept putting unleaded in it. And the mates would go, how's your Jeep working? You go, it's a bit shit. And I go, well, you've got to put diesel in it, mate, not unleaded. And you go, no, I like unleaded. So I'm going to try and build a whole new Jeep. Around my desire to use unleaded. It's really, I'm just a hatchback trapped in a bird's body. Lunacy. You're a genius, Steve. No, I'm not. It's fucking obvious. So I'll end on this. You've been wonderful. Obviously, there's a difference between men and women, and a similarity in the sense of a perhaps consciousness union, non-dualism. But in this reality, there's a difference. And there's a masculine principle and a feminine principle, isn't there? And yes, there's an element of patriarchy on this planet because we're in that age where that masculine dominant energy is taken over through many institutions, certain churches and things, you know. Gave you an off-planet sky god father figure. No goddesses. So yeah, I'll give you that. But see, the masculine principle is defined by the conscious mind, whereas the feminine principle is the unconscious mind, like the union of yin and yang. Because it doesn't do men any good to live in an overly patriarchal society either, because harmony and balance is what human beings need to have an equilibrium. So the union of masculine and feminine creates a balance. You don't want men aren't having a great time having this out of balance. Why? Because it starts wars, and who goes to fight them? Men, they're not having a great time out there. Oh, fuck, it's great to be privileged. And so nature, I think, shows us things like this, doesn't it? See? Like the ocean could be a representation of the internal world, showing you these things. The waves go out, which is masculine. It's like in Chinese medicine. They expel energy, don't they? They do things. They go out, they expel energy, and they pull back into the ocean, which is the depth, which is the feminine principle, which is the unconscious. Right? And these two worlds go back and forth like this. It's the masculine principle. That's why we build all the fucking stuff, right? Because it goes like this, goes out, expels energy. See, women receive. They receive wedding rings. They receive flowers. Right? They receive when they have sex. Right? They're still receiving. Men still fucking working. They're building bridges. You know how to do this. Can you make me laugh? Not at the moment. I'm fucking exhausted. And so even like the ocean, men ejaculate, and bang, what is it? Expulsion of energy. And women come 5 times and go, let's go shopping. I feel great. How come you have to go to sleep after you've come? Well, because I just shot a star system out of my dick. Now I'm a bit fucking tired. If you ever want to see another one, I'm going to have a little sleep. And you're going to make me a fucking sandwich. And make one for Keith as well. He's fat. So I think that's the end. We'll finish on there.